Hello and welcome to all you Librans. Welcome for December 2016. Last month of the year. And what a year. It keeps on being intense. It keeps on being very intense actually. But what is going on in December? That is interesting for you Librans to know. First of all, there is something that repeats itself from last year. We have a Mercury retrograde now in this month in Capricorn, and that also happened last year in December 2015 up until January 2016. So there is something about what happened then, a situation probably that has to do with family, or that has to do with roots, family, home, maybe a move that you did, or that has to do with your core identity that is not really 100% transformed or resolved, because that's why it's coming up now again. It's coming up now in, as I said, in December time now. It's on the 20th that Capricorn goes retrograde, but you feel it the whole month that Mercury stops again at 15 degrees of Capricorn. I say again because it's always around that so close to Pluto, that transformative planet. And the Mercury there, on that particular point, is on the very benefic fixed star Rukbat, which I talked about last month. Remember that I talked about the steadiness and the solidity that this energy wants to bring us. So something profound, so that it stays and that it evolves in a very powerful way. Now, what is this all about, this Mercury-Pluto in your 4th house? So, if there was a situation last year where it's about Mercury-Plutos, it's a very strong aspect, it's at its best, it's powerful, empowering communication. At its worst, it's total mind control, total manipulation. So you've got two very extremes here. And this has to do with maybe a situation that happened around last year. Was there a situation around your home, around your family, or around the people that you live with, because that's your 4th house? Was there a situation that you thought or sensed that you lost your power there, that you could not say and speak your truth, because that's what Mercury Pluto wants? Has there been a situation like that? Or has there been a situation where you tried to manipulate, you tried to seduce with your words, you tried to control with your words? If that happened, any of these stories, it's time now to bring that to the surface again and to transform that, to make it pure again, to make it authentic, and so that you can go on with your life. So there is something very profound and deep for the Librans that is not solved, and it's burning on the inside, so to speak, the Pluto, you know. So what to do? The best to do, or let's say the worst case scenario that you could do, would be trying to influence your family members, would be trying to influence the person that you live with in the way that you want them to be, through your words. And don't forget, this is possible because of this energy here. So if you're going to try to do that, it's going to backfire. You know, that's worst case scenario. It's going to backfire. In other words, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. People are going to see it, and you're going to have a lot of resistance there, a lot of pain as well. Best case scenario is that you try to speak your truth, even though you know, and without wanting to control someone else, without wanting to mind control a family member, try to turn them around or whatever in their thinking. If you not want to do that, but you're saying your truth, that's the best case scenario. But it doesn't mean to say it's the easiest case scenario. It doesn't mean to say so, because we all know, and especially Librans do know that, because for a Libran there's always the fear of losing the peace. There's always the fear of, unless you have other planets in more open signs, you know, like Aries, for instance. Maybe you've got like, I don't know, Mars in Aries or something. That would be totally different here. But the Libran always want peace. And sometimes it overdoes a little bit. So I know it's not always easy for Librans to apply that. They know that that is the best way to speak their truth. I mean, they know that, but applying it is a totally different thing. And now you Librans have the opportunity to do so, to speak your truth. And yes, it can go either in a difficult way or in a not that difficult way. But it's never going to be easy, because that's Mercury and Pluto suggests it's not going to be easy. So if you're going to speak your truth and you have a fear of losing someone, you know, or maybe a family member that is going to say, bye-bye, I don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. It's like worth the risk, so to speak. And I know that sounds crazy for a Libran, because they will never risk a relationship, or they will do anything to rescue it. I would suggest more now in this situation. Of course, if you want to know more about this, you need to have a personal consultation with an astrologer, hopefully with me. But or you need to, if you know a bit about astrology, dig a bit deeper into your chart. But basically, it's about speaking your truth in your Libran way. You know, you are a Libra, so doing that in a gentle way, but you know, standing firm there. And if people like it, wow, then you have profounded the relationship, then you have deepened the relationship, and you're going on another level. Whatever relationship it is, with a relative, with a mom, with a dad, with whatever. But if that person goes because they cannot deal with your truth, then it's better. You're better off, basically. You're better off. That's it. And I know, again, this sounds probably crazy for you Librans. But anyway, enough from the depths of the depths, because there's a very deep transit going on here. And especially with the retrograde there. Let's talk about something that is a bit lighter, which is Saturn. And Saturn is not a light planet, but it's trining Uranus. This is fantastic. And for you Librans, this happens in rather social houses. So there is Saturn in your third house, and that has been also not easy for Librans, because Saturn wants to structure it. It's quite a bit rigid there. It wants to structure your communication, your thinking. Maybe you've been thinking too seriously, and you find that a bit of a hard thing there. But now the Saturn in your house of thinking and communicating is trining Uranus in your seventh house of relationships. So it's like, especially if you are in a relationship and it has been going on like, we're not getting along here, it might smoothen that out, because there is an equilibrium between what is structures, what is conservative, and what is new and fresh and exciting. You know, with Uranus in your seventh house, you probably have met some pretty exciting people in your life, you know, to say the least. Exciting, a bit unpractical, a bit unusual probably, a bit unpredictable. But it's like now with that trine to Saturn in your third house, you can deal with it better in some sort of way. If you are single, you can truly meet someone through communication, internet, through your neighborhood, your environment. So there is like this balance between what you think and between your connection, you're an important person in your life. So that's fantastic, because you have so much truthfulness going on in your communication, that it is fantastic that other person that you're living with, he or she understands you for once. Okay, so relationship wise, it's not bad at all. But again, it could mean that you have to cut some relationships, and because of that, you're more open to new ones. You're more open to new people coming into your life, because you said goodbye to that one that was so not authentic. Okay, that was not accepting your authentic emotional core. So if someone is not accepting your emotional integrity, you cannot live with them. Okay, so it might be something like that as well, that you open up to that, you understand it, and you meet new people because of that. And last but not least, there is an opposition between Jupiter in the first house and Uranus in the seventh. Again, even when you are single, even when you are not in love, even when there's no one there, you expanding attracts people that show you something about freedom. It's a lot of liberté, égalité, fraternité kind of energy for you Librans. So it's a lot about lightness coming your way in relationships, or maybe after a period of time where there was. So there's still a lot of intensity for you when it comes to connections, but at the same time there's like, because you go so deep, because you are so transforming, there's new people coming your way. Isn't that great? Having said that, I wish you all the best, you dear Librans, and I want to take a 1 minute time here to thank you. To thank all of you Librans who have ordered and purchased a consultation with me, who have supported me by donations, or who have supported me by liking and putting the videos on Facebook or on other social media, whatever. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I wish you a very good December. I wish you a very good last month of the year, and see you next time. See you next year. Bye bye.